Tang, culture editor at ELLE.com, and we are delighted to have Brittany Snow here with us to have a chat. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
How are you going today?
I'm good. It's been quite a day, but it's good.
Brittany has joined us in New York on a super wet, kind of horrible day, so we're pretty...
It's definitely raining. Maybe not now anymore, but it was earlier. Treasure.
And I feel bad because you look so sunny and beautiful in this great dress.
Thank you.
Can you tell me what it is? Or no?
I would love to. I keep forgetting because I'm the worst person when it comes to this.
Well, it's we'll all just have to imagine.
It's gonna be later.
There. Okay, great.
Yeah, but I'll let you know.
And we also love your hair, which is like very summery look. And just pretend it's sunny outside.
That's right. Just pretend. It's so beautiful.
Great. So you have a bunch of I feel like you must have been very, very busy recently because I think you have maybe 3 upcoming movies to talk about. Of course, can we talk about Pitch Perfect 3? Are you good to be in
I
that?
am confirmed to be in it. We don't have a script and we don't know when we're shooting it and we don't know where. So there's really nothing I can tell you except that it's happening, which seems super boring.
But no, it's not boring. I think fans will be really excited to hear that you're all lined up and it's happening.
I don't know what this storyline entails either, so I can't even say who is in it. But I hope everyone's back.
It'll just be Brittany Snow singing her heart out on screen.
No, it will not be. No one would want to see that. That would just be, no. But Rebel and Kendrick are back as well.
Great. So in a minute we're going to play a little game that we like to call The Last, which is some super quick questions where we ask Brittany the last X, Y, or Z that she did. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to throw them into comments. And if they're not rude, then we'll ask Brittany. But also, I think there was something I wanted to talk to you about, your passion project that you're involved with, which I'm going to check the name of, the Love is Louder movement. I'd love you to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, the Love is Louder movement started online about 5.5 years ago with the JED Foundation and MTV, and it was a movement started bringing awareness to the negative voices that bring you down, whether it's bullying or self-image or discrimination or really anything that you're going through outside or inside. And now it's become a community where a lot of people can feel more inclusive and not alone, and we offer support and resources to people that want to feel like they're part of something because they're going through a difficult time and don't know where to turn. So it's a place for anybody who's ever felt like they're going through something. We all have a story.
That's a really wonderful project. What made it? What makes you so passionate about the project personally?
I think personally, it was always really interesting to me how there was so much anger and sadness and so many opinions about mental health issues or depression or things that people were going through, and there wasn't a place to put it. Everyone has their opinions on it, but not necessarily a safe place to talk about it and feel like you're one of many. And I think everybody has a story, whether it's you or a friend has struggled with something or going through something, and I feel like the more that we open up the conversation and help each other, the better we all feel.
I totally agree, and it's really great to see so many actresses and musicians and people with a high profile talking about these things, and I think it really does help, people feel a little less alone, as you say. And so is that if people Google the Love is Louder project, they'll be able to find it? Is there a website?
Loveislouder.com. We also have an Instagram, Love is Louder Pics, and at Love is Louder for Twitter. And you can go to the website, and there's different kind of columns that you can go to according to what you're struggling with or what you want to connect to people about. And the stories that have come out of it are really inspiring because people meet online and through this that really are like-minded and feel like someone else understands them, whether they're from Australia to here, they're going through the same thing, and there's a place where they can feel supported.
That's really wonderful. Thank you. And so I want to move on, talking about this sun that is not here, and I'm not at all bitter about it, but about summer beauty routines and some of the products that you've been using.
Right. Well, it's really important for me for summer to always wear sunscreen, which is, I think, a huge component of keeping your skin safe and healthy. And because I grew up in Florida, I was always surrounded by constant sunscreen. My parents were very diligent about that. and making sure, because I have fair skin, that I was always putting it on underneath my makeup if I was wearing any, even as a young kid, if I wasn't wearing makeup, it was always constantly put on. And the brand that we always went to was Coppertone. And so when Coppertone Clearly Sheer came to me and asked to maybe partner up, it was kind of a no-brainer because it was a genuine sort of partnership that I've always really trusted. And I wear Coppertone Clearly Sheer underneath my makeup, and it's something super lightweight that you can be preventative and also feel like you're not really wearing anything.
That's great, because I think too sometimes, especially if you're wearing foundation or, you know, a couple of layers of something, you think, oh, like I don't need the SPF or I don't need sunscreen, but that's not really the case, is it? I think you really do need like a full sunscreen layer.
And also, you know, why not in a way? And I think when it's something that is so lightweight and breathable, there's really no reason not to wear it, because you are getting protection, and nobody wants to be a prune when they're I mean, I don't know, maybe that's a look for some people, but I feel like not only that, but you're caring about your health as well.
For sure, yeah. Very super important. And I think maybe we'll play the last. So are you ready?
I guess so. I'm a little intimidated, but I'll be okay.
Oh, you just need to, you know, have a great, perfect memory. No, just easy.
Oh, well, that's not. I'm going to really be bad at this game.
All right, well, we'll start with an easy one. What was the last food you ate?
It was lunch, and I had butternut squash.
Ooh, do you have a particular way that you like to eat it?
I love butternut squash in my normal life. This was just like a catering situation, but I bake it, and I also am a really big fan of like cauliflower mashed potatoes and zucchini pasta, and anything you can use vegetables and make it seem like another type of food. I'm all for that.
Oh, are you into like zucchini noodles and that kind of thing?
I am. I'm that girl.
Yeah.
That's like all day long making the zucchini noodles.
Do you have a spiralizer?
Oh yes, yes, of course. That thing is always being used.
Yeah, great. Okay. What about, who was the last person that you called?
My best friend Courtney.
Okay. Do you call each other often? Do you speak a lot?
He and I started Love Is Louder together. We also have a production company together. We're also directing and producing a commercial together next week. So we talk way too often. Like way too often.
He's on your speech aisle, I guess.
Oh yes,
I mean, speech aisle is such a retro.
Speech aisle, but on your favorites, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, he's on the favorites, of course.
Okay, and so of course, because you're a wonderful singer as well as an actress, we might try and sneak a couple of musical questions in here. So, what was the last song that you got stuck in your head? Do you remember?
I got two phones, one for my dough, or whatever. That have you heard that song?
No, what is it?
DJ Slim D, I think, or something. Don't quote me on this. But it's about a guy who has two phones, one for his job and one for the ladies.
Oh.
And I'm putting that, you know, in the weirdest way possible.
I love that, because I thought you meant he was going to say he has one phone for his lady and one phone for his side lady. But okay.
I mean, it could mean that. If you really want to get deep with it, I guess it could mean really anything. But I think he's talking about his side business.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the last song that you listen to over and over and over again?
There's a new Flume song, Say It, Say That. That's my favorite song right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you sing any of it? Is there much to sing in that one?
Yeah, I don't know, something like that. I'm not gonna sing it because I couldn't decide whether it was it or that, even though I've listened to it 100 times. I don't remember.
It's not about the grammar of that song. I think it's more about the summer vibe.
That's right, it's the summer vibe.
Okay, what was the last show that you binge watched? TV show?
Chef's Table. I watched all of them pretty much while I was working. It was kind of on in the background, and then I realized that I hadn't worked at all. I was just watching all these amazing chefs, and this one chef who lived in Patagonia who with these amazing scarves and dinner parties, and I got really caught up in it.
Oh wait, is that the one where he like cooks all the things in the
In the
fire?
fire.
Oh my god, it's so good.
His fashion is so on point.
And maybe want to move to Patagonia.
I know, I was like, who wears that scarf with that hat with the ascot? The whole thing was just, it was hipster vibes in Patagonia, which I think is the pinnacle of hipster vibes.
We're all going to move there. Okay. Let's let's try another musical one. Do you sing any songs in the shower? What was the last song that you sang in the shower?
I get this question a lot, and I'm gonna say Celine Dion, All by Myself.
Oh my god, you have to sing a little bit, just a line.
No, I'm not all by myself, so I can't sing it. It's almost like not possible because you have to be alone to sing that song.
Oh, okay, a good dodge there. I see what you did there. And what's the last song that you used to pump you up or cheer you up? Like, do you have an Eye of the Tiger kind of situation?
No, but all the Pitch Perfect girls, we do love our girl Esther Dean. She has a song called Drop It Low, and on the first one and the second one, Esther knows that is my jam, and whenever she's around, I just play it to make her feel really awkward. Sometimes I'll just like run by her trailer and play it, and she's like, "Girl!" But I love that song so much, and we all dance a lot to it. So that's our go-to pop-up song.
Yes, because you're a dancer also, aren't you?
I mean, I try to be. Sometimes.
Great. I just want to check, do we have any reader questions, or shall I keep firing?
Well, we do have a question. Will you be reprising your role in Hairspray Live?
No, I will not be. I know they are doing a Hairspray Live, and actually, Craig and Neil, who are the producers of the Hairspray I was in, they are producing it as well. But I would not be good at that. I would be terrible at that. So I'm really glad that is not my destiny. I don't know who it is though.
Cool. Any other questions, or my turn?
Yes.
My turn. I love my turn. What about? Oh, this is my favorite question. What's the last thing that you bought online?
What was the last thing I bought online? My pool bill. I paid my pool bill. just like in the car just now. That just doesn't count. It's crazy though that you can pay bills online now. It really freaks me out. I don't feel safe. But probably I have a subscription to Guilt, and I just love Guilt. It's so easy. I buy so many things, and I shouldn't because it's so quick.
Oh, and did you buy something specific there that you loved?
I
recently?
love little knick-knack things. I'm decorating my house, and I have way too much crap. It's an addiction.
Do you have a particular weakness? Like, do you collect salt and pepper shakers or anything like that?
I collect little like vintage, like knick-knack, like old clocks, or like an old telephone, or like books, or things like that. Or I have like a figurine that's like a snail and one that's a frog, but they don't look like that. But I put them in little places. I have a golden pineapple, like a tiny little golden pineapple. It's really cute.
That's really great. Do you have an era that you prefer, or you just whatever you see takes your fancy?
It depends on the room, but I definitely am in like the 70s vibes.
Great. Did I ask you which the last movie you saw was already?
No, you have not. The last movie I saw at the movie theater or at home.
Ooh, you could do both.
Well, you're gonna the last.
Definitely judge you. No, I'm just kidding.
Weirdly enough, the other day I was working and I just put on Basic Instinct in the background because I thought that was going to be a good idea. I hadn't seen it in forever, and that is not a movie you want to have in the background. There's so much happening, if you know what I mean. I got nothing done. I was like, this is crazy. It's just a crazy movie. So don't watch that while you're trying to work.
Do you often, I think you said with the chef's table too, you just put things, do you like to have kind of background noise and something?
I usually don't. It's just because I'm working on shooting this commercial that I'm directing, and I'm just filling out a lot of paperwork and shot lists and things like that. So I'm focusing, but I'm not having to memorize something. If I have to memorize or really study, I can't have anything in the background.
Okay, so that was the last thing, and then what about in theaters?
Theaters, oh gosh, I feel like it was just the other day and I don't remember what it was.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, we can come back to it.
And this one might also require just a little bit of thinking. When's the last time, if you don't mind me asking, that you cried?
Oh, I cry all the time. So that's not really a fair question. I cry all the time. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry. Somebody told me a story the other day. Oh yeah, I had a meeting with a director, and he went through a hard time. He was telling me about it as a child, and I just started crying. So that was yesterday. Yeah. I'm very empathetic. I can't take it. I love hearing stories like that, but I cry a lot.
Do you cry when you see other people cry?
Yes. Always.
That must be really
go because it seems narcissistic, like I'm making it all about me. My best friend will be going through a hard time and she's crying, and then I'm crying, and I'm like, I don't want you to think I'm making this about me. I just like seeing you cry makes me cry, and then we're both crying.
Oh, that's so nice. But I mean, but that must be something that's useful as an actress to have, because you have a lot of emotions kind of just sitting under the surface. I think
true.
of it
That's one way to put it.
as
Yeah.
you're like, think of it as waterworks. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, Janina wants to know if you can be an expert at anything, a skill or a topic, what would it be?
Expert at anything. I would love to be really great at history. History and also, history and astronomy. My dad is really into astronomy, and one of my favorite things growing up was talking to him about stars and astronomy, and I feel like it would be really great to get great at that. And also he loves history as well, and my favorite thing is talking to him about stuff that he loves, so great.
And what is the last thing you do before you leave the house in the morning?
Check to see if all of the doors are shut and locked, because my roommates, I don't actually want to tell that because I don't want anyone to come to my house and rob it, but my roommate is very forgetful, and I have to check on her closing all the doors. Yeah.
Yes, but you also have heaps of like guard dogs trained to like
Guard
protect your
dogs,
house, right?
I have
Yeah.
security. I do actually have tons of security, but not the guard dogs. Pit bulls everywhere.
Yeah.
All over. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brittany. It was so fun to meet
Yeah,
you,
thank you.
and thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you.